What if the biggest real estate deal of the century isn't in New York or Dubai, but on a frozen island next to the North Pole? Donald Trump's plan to acquire Greenland sounds like a joke, until you see the military bases, shipping routes, and trillions in resources hiding under the ice. If America gets Greenland, the balance of power in the Arctic, and maybe the world, changes for decades. If it doesn't, Russia and China are already waiting. Greenland is technically part of the Kingdom of Denmark, but it sits right between North America and Europe, guarding the top of the Atlantic like a giant ice shield. Here's the crazy part. This isn't Trump's first wild idea. The US has tried to buy Greenland before. Truman made an offer in 1946. Trump is just the loudest to say it out loud. Reason number 1, military power. Under that ice you've got radar, missile warning systems, and the Patufic space base, America's eyes and ears on Russian bombers and submarines coming over the pole. Think of the Arctic as a giant chessboard. Whoever controls Greenland controls one of the most important squares on that board. Reason 2, new shipping lanes. As the ice melts, shorter routes open between Asia, Europe, and North America. Greenland sits right next to these future Arctic highways. Shorter routes mean faster trade, lower costs, and massive leverage over which ships and which countries get priority. Reason 3, resources. Greenland has oil, gas, uranium, and rare earth minerals. The same stuff that powers smartphones, batteries, and advanced weapons systems. Right now, China dominates rare earth supplies. A US-controlled Greenland would be a backup plan to cut that dependence. Reason 4, great power rivalry. China has already tried investing in Greenland's airports and mines. Russia is building Arctic bases and icebreakers at record speed. Trump's team sees Greenland as get it now or regret it later. So is Trump serious about this, or is it just another headline stunt? Analysts say both. The strategy is real, but he also knows the word Greenland instantly hijacks the news cycle. Reason 5, legacy and ego. Trump thinks in terms of deals and branding. Owning Greenland would be the ultimate Trump deal, bigger than any skyscraper, bigger than any golf course. Support him or hate him, you have to admit. I tried to buy Greenland sounds like a line from a history book, not just a campaign rally. But there's a problem. Denmark called the idea absurd. Greenlandic leaders say, our land is not for sale, and even US allies worry it looks imperial and destabilizing. Experts warn, forcing the issue could blow up relations with Denmark, split NATO, and cost a fortune to develop an island that's mostly ice. So is this just a distraction from domestic problems like inflation, investigations, or political gridlock? Commentators say it can work as a distraction, but it doesn't start there. Trump comes back to Greenland again and again, even when nothing else is on fire. That suggests he actually sees it as a long-term national security prize, not just a shiny object. Imagine for a second that the deal somehow happens. America gets a giant Arctic fortress, new trade routes, and a rare earth treasure chest, plus a political firestorm across Europe. If it fails, Trump still wins attention, fires up his base with a bold, America First story, and puts pressure on Denmark and NATO to take Arctic security more seriously. So what do you think? Visionary power move, reckless fantasy, or calculated distraction that happens to be strategically smart? Drop your verdict in the comments, genius move, or terrible idea, and tell why. Your take might end up in the next video. If you love deep dives into the real stories behind wild headlines, hit like, smash subscribe, and watch this next video on how the Arctic became the world's newest battleground.